What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Today, I'm going to go through Galaxy's Edge because there's articles and rumors and speculation and different things here and there talking about the expansion, how it's not expanding, are they retheming it, and everything that I have heard and people who I've talked to. Maybe bring a little light on subject, maybe, or maybe just a bunch of nonsense. So buckle up. Let's go for a little ride. Now, you might ask me, Jay, how do you know all this stuff? If you don't know already, my job over at Geeks and Gamers, my job is I run their theme park channel, Park Hoppin'. That's right. Reason is because I live 5 minutes away from all this. What you see, this map of Galaxy's Edge, what you see. I live 5 minutes from Universal Studios and SeaWorld and Disney and Busch Gardens, all those places. Busch Gardens is a little bit out, but all those places are right within, driving an hour would be pushing it, but they're right there. So I have access to the theme parks. We have a theme park channel. We want correct news. Theme park channel. Theme parks are huge. Like, a lot of people are interested in that kind of stuff. So we try to bring the correct news to all things theme parks. Anyway, so if you don't know, there's a link in the description. You can go see what happens over there at Park Hoppin'. Anyway, there was articles that came out talking about an expansion that might not be happening at Galaxy's Edge, and I'll go through that article. But I want to just first, before we dive into that, I want to just explain what we got here. All right, let me explain what we got here, because when you live close to the theme parks and you begin reporting on it, and you have friends that work there, you have family that work there, you have all these insider people that work there, they get to know you, they talk, you sit down, they mention it. Galaxy's Edge is always a topic. It's always a topic. Why? Because there's no other IP at a theme park that was done like this. It's very odd. For example, Disney has Toy Story Land. People love it. It's always packed. Why? Because it's just like the movies. It's what you saw in the movies. You're there. Boom. I remember that. Boom. They make some fun rides about it, right? They've got Avatar, Pandora, the Pandora Land. If you didn't like the movie, a lot of people still like the land because it looks just like the movies. You go to Universal, they have Harry Potter World, the wonderful wizarding world, Harry Potter Land. They have that over there, and they even brought in J.K. Rowling to be like, get the dimensions right. I want them to feel like they're in the movie, they're in the book, this and that. I don't want nothing funny. I mean, it's like, imagine going to Harry Potter Land. They're saying, hey, welcome to Dragon's Tail Alley. Yeah, it's new. Do we have Harry? No, we don't have those characters here. It's all new. It's a new section that you didn't read about in the books, that you didn't see in the movie. It's a new part. We want you to experience it. Right? It makes no sense. So you get to Star Wars, Galaxy's Edge, they give us Batuu. Thanks. They give us characters that are only within the time frame of The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. Thanks. And so what they felt like they wanted to do was have an immersion experience, basically saying when you walk into Galaxy's Edge, you feel like you're in Star Wars land, not at a theme park. So all the cast members and people that work there, they're kind of like actors. And so they don't know anything like from the past. Like, if you ask them about Luke Skywalker, they're like, I don't know who that is, because it's not in the time frame of Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. So, and then they had all these different casts of characters that nobody knew that would walk around the park. Now, the problem is when you walk. So here, let me do this. You walk in, on this section here of Galaxy's Edge, and there's actors that you're supposed to interact with, people that you don't know. Like, there's a spy there that wasn't in any of the movies or anything. And if you find her, she gives you a mission to do. And the only one that you probably would recognize is Chewie. They have Rey, they have Kylo Ren, and the First Order troopers. That's about it. But they walk around town like it's like a real town. But because of what happened in the last year, social distancing and all that stuff has been erased. So everything that Galaxy's Edge was trying to do, they can't do anymore because of the new rules for pandemic rules and stuff like that. So they started whispering, and rumors were coming out like they were going to retheme this to a Mandalorian theme, because people would come in like, where's Mando? Where's Baby Yoda? Where's this? Where's that? And even in the shops, which are right around here, you couldn't really buy anything that wasn't in the time frame from Last Jedi to Rise of Skywalker. Makes sense, right? No, it makes no sense. So what they started doing was breaking their rule just a little bit, and they started selling Baby Yoda stuff. Grogu stuff started showing up a little bit here and there. That's a little bit here, a little bit there. And then in some of the major Star Wars stores at Disney, the entire section is just Grogu. That's all it is, because they know that's what people want to buy. And believe me, if it wasn't selling, it would be out of there. They would put something else there, because when things aren't selling, they ship it to a warehouse. There's like this Disney warehouse off property where you can go and buy all the stuff that wasn't selling for a huge discount. Basically, they made all these shirts and they're like, no one buys them. Ship them to that warehouse. Let people pick through them at a discount. So that's what I'm saying. So if the Baby Yoda stuff wasn't selling, they wouldn't have an entire store dedicated to it. And I'm talking entire store. No other characters. A couple Mando things here and there. That's about it. So the retheming began to come in whispers saying nobody cares about the sequel trilogy stuff. So it's not really doing what we want it to do. So maybe we retheme it. Stupid thing is, they could have easily just made it a Star Wars land and have everything. Prequel, sequel, original. Just throw it in there. Just like they did Toy Story Land and Pandora and all these other IPs. Like, it's just simple, right? You think you have all these characters that people want to see. So the rumor started happening was because everyone kept asking, where can I get a photo of Baby Yoda? They build a life-size. They could have just built a life-size Baby Yoda. But what they have done is over here, if you see where my arrow is, there's a big section of wall, right? It's like over there. And you stand there in front of nothing, but a professional photographer will take your picture. Okay? Right? They'll take your picture. And then when you get those pictures, Baby Yoda will be there. So they started adding that into Galaxy's Edge. Nice and slow. So now they're breaking their own rule. They're breaking their own timeline. And yes, the last time I spoke to someone, they were telling me that it's very possible that real soon that it could be, at least a section of it could be rethemed with, yes, you heard it here first, Marshall Dune. Marshall Dune, even though Gina Carano's not with them anymore, Marshall Dune, she's still a Star Wars character. Marshall Dune would run the town, right? And then you have the Mandalorian walking around. They build a life-size Baby Yoda where people could get photos and things like that. Because that, honestly, whether you like whatever you like, that is what's popular and that's what people want. If you want to make money, you give the people what they want. Not this here. Now, here's the Falcon is right here. That is the most popular thing in Galaxy's Edge. People just pile up right here to take a photo with the Falcon and they shuffle off. So here's the issue. They're talking about the expansion. Now I have an article here that I'm going to pop up on the screen. Here it is right here. Galaxy's Edge Phase 2 expansion likely on long-term pause. Now, what this person is talking about, here's another photo of Galaxy's Edge. Now, you have to understand that Galaxy's Edge in Florida is the exact carbon copy of Galaxy's Edge in California, and they built it that way because of size. The expansion was, unless it's changed, which I don't think it is, the expansion was only for Orlando, Florida, because we have the land, and it was just for a giant hotel that is supposed to be like a cruise ship. Now, there is reports and rumors and everything else that the hotel's probably not going to happen as soon as they thought, because everything was pushed back for a year. They're not making any money, even though the place is crowded. It's going to take them a few years to recoup. And this tweet was put out about this area right here. This is the area, the orange circle. Looks like it'll be the landing area for the shuttle transport for the Galactic Star Cruiser at Galaxy's Edge. Now, the Star Cruiser is going to be located away from this. And it's such a weird thing because basically you go there, or this is what they want, and you don't see anything. It's like everything is LCD screens. It's like you're in outer space. And then they take you to Galaxy's Edge when the park closes or something, or early in the morning before it opens up, when there's nobody in there. And yeah, so it's like you get transported, and they're saying this piece right here will be the drop off zone where I guess they'll drop you off. So the issue is now it's like people are saying, what's going to happen? What are they going to do? This and that. Is there no expansion? It's such an easy fix. This is the themed dine-in restaurant. That is supposed to be part of the hotel experience unless they changed it. But I don't think they have. Unless they changed it. This is such horrible, like, planning, and it's just, and we know it's all from Kathleen Kennedy, because they originally had it as Tatooine, Mos Eisley, the Cantina Bar. They were going to have something from the prequels. They were going to have this section here was going to be all sequels because of the Rise of the Resistance. This would be original trilogy with the Millennium Falcon and Mos Eisley, Tatooine. And some things with the prequels were going to be on the other side. Not a lot, but something. I was hoping for a Dax grill. Something along those lines. Retheming this is so easy for them to do, but I think it's like pride is holding them back. And again, some people really love it, and they do, and that's fine. But you go into the bar is standing room only. You have 45 minutes, and it's a 2-drink minimum. So they put you in these long tables where you got to stand. If it's busy, you stand at a table with a bunch of people you don't know, and you're crammed in there. And they just say 2 drinks, boom, boom, boom. All right, you got to get out. It's just a weird. And it's not like any other IP that they have, and I just don't know what they were thinking when they decided to do this. The Millennium Falcon is not Han Solo. It's Holdo. Holdo from Rebels. He's over there. Did I say that right? Been talking a lot. And so there is no room for much expansion, as you can see here. So the expansion was going to be the hotel and a transporter to bring you back. This is as big as the Star Wars land was ever going to be. And that's that. All these trees and everything here was supposed to immerse you in Star Wars land. And they have another problem because of the social distancing and all that stuff. The line for the Millennium Falcon, which was in the park, now wraps around. You see my cursor, and if you've seen it in some of the park hopping videos, goes way outside the park, so you see behind it. You see everything behind Galaxy's Edge, and I guess it takes away from people's experience from being in there. It's just a lot. And now what they've done now is they've taken a lot of the merchandise and put it in Disney Springs because, I don't know, it's either it's not selling or it's just too crowded and people don't want to bother waiting in long lines. The crazy thing, these are the shops here. People were waiting like 2 hours like to get into the shops, which is the same stuff you could buy like right outside and there's no wait. So it's just built, in my opinion, it just could have been better, a lot better. I don't mind if you wanted to add sequel stuff. You should have just kept all 3 trilogies in there. That way, when you have new movies coming out or you have new things coming out, it's an easy add-in. You just add it in. The Mandalorian, they could have easily had a little section, put all the Mando stuff in. That's what people want to see. That's not a big thing. But I don't know why they did it this way, because the way Kathleen Kennedy talked about it, she was like, there's more Star Wars moving forward. So I guess she thought in her mind that Kylo Ren, Rey, and Finn and all them, those characters will be taking a bigger role in Star Wars moving forward. That's why they just wanted to limit it to those characters here, which really I don't get. When you have all these amazing iconic characters you could use, I don't know. So that's what's happening. That's Galaxy's Edge, and that's from what I know. And this article here is pretty accurate about expansions, just maybe a little off on a few things, but maybe they know something I don't know. Maybe. But the phase 2 was supposed to be only in Orlando and the hotel in Orlando. And by the way, as I end this video, the estimated costs, and they released it, not me. This isn't a guess. You could look it up for yourself. The estimated cost to stay at the hotel when it opens is a 2-night minimum at around $1,200 to $1,400 a person a night. So you're talking $2,500, $2,600 per person for 2 nights, because it's supposed to be like a cruise, and they haven't released yet if the meals are included or anything like that is included yet. So anyway, let me know your thoughts below. Maybe you know something I don't know, but I hope that cleared it up about what this Star Wars land is. And at the end of the day, if you were really like, maybe should I go, should I try? I think everyone, I guess, don't take my opinion. Go see for yourself. You might love it. You might hate it. You might be like, Disney ain't getting $1 of my money. Hey, man, it's your money. Do what you want to do with it. No one on this channel is going to judge you for it. But that's it. That's the video. Whew. There's a lot of information. This is Jay. I'll catch you next time.